Sometimes it is you. Sometimes you are what's holding you back. It's not the devil. Welcome to Soft Life, Hard Truths, where lifestyle dreams meet bank account realities. I'm your host, Tegan J. Come on in. I want you to stay. So tell me, how are you today? How are things going? Woosah. The world is crazy, right? It is. It's a lot going on. Um, Government shutdown. People still losing jobs. Food high as heck. Um, Relationships ain't working out. The kids driving you crazy. Your job driving you crazy. It's a lot going on. I do understand. I do understand. But hang in there, okay? Because it gets better. It has to. It can't always stay like this. It cannot always stay like this. It cannot. I'm doing okay. Um, in a much better space than I was, about a month or so ago. So I'm just gonna be grateful for that. Um, Life is like a roller coaster. Um, yeah, I feel the pressures from the things that are happening around us right here in the U.S. in our world. It's a lot going on today, y'all. My God, today. But we gotta try to find those pockets of happiness. We have to try to find those pockets of happiness, or else we'll be miserable. Yeah. So hang in there. What they say, I pray for you as you pray for me. We pray for each other. Mm. Okay, so let's get into these topics for today. First topic: would you or would you not let somebody move in with you? Let's talk about it. So normally when someone needs to move in, right, something's going on. Well, hold on, pause. When it's family and friends, normally something's going on. Somebody's finances are not, you know, where they would like for them to be. They're probably getting evicted. They can't keep up with the payments for whatever they live, whether it's a mortgage, whether it's rent, doesn't matter, or wherever they're staying, they're getting kicked out of and they need somewhere to stay. Would you let someone come and live with you? First, let's just talk about friends and family, right? Because you also have the romantic side of that, your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, We'll tap on that second. So, if somebody came to you, sob story, brother, sister, cousin, best friend, distant friend, if somebody came to you and say, "Hey, I need to live with you for a while," what are you gonna say? What are you gonna do? Because there is, I wouldn't call it a running joke, but there is a saying that says, no matter how sob somebody's story is, do not let them move into your house. Don't let them move into your home, no matter who it is. Does that rule apply to you? Personally, when it comes to friends and family, that that rule doesn't apply to me. I've let multiple friends come and stay with me for short periods of time. And that's another determining factor too, right? Is this going to be long term? Is this short term? Majority of the time when people say, "Hey, can I come stay with you? Can I use your spare bedroom?" It is supposed to be a short-term thing, right? A lot of people have been burnt because it then turns into a long-term thing. And normally if somebody is coming to stay with you, they're probably not paying half of whatever the living expenses are. Y'all may agree upon an amount, you may not. And when that has to extend, that is where the frustration comes in. People have been burnt like that. It's a lot to it. So from my personal experiences, I have had multiple friends come live with me for short periods of time. Um, because of the relationships that I have with my friends, it's not a problem for me. It is, I've never had a negative experience. No one who has ever lived with me left a sour taste in my mouth. But I also knew these people's true characters, right? They are truly friends. They're not associates. They're not people I just say call and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Like, no, these are people that have gone through tough times with me, right? Have been through the storm. This is my sisterhood, right? I've never had a negative experience. And whenever someone comes to stay with me, I never charge anything. And I'm not saying that's what you should do. I'm just saying that's what I've done. Um, because some of the times when someone has had to come stay with me, they were in transition to their new destination, right? And so if someone is in transition and they are staying with you versus getting a short-term lease or rental or whatever, it is normally because they are trying to save money. So my the way I think is, why would I charge you money if you are trying to stack and save so that you can get to your next stop? It just does not make sense to me, especially when it's for a short period of time. So I've allowed friends to stay with me. I've never had family that needed to come to stay with me, but I have allowed friends to come stay with me, and it went fine. But I know that's not everybody's story, right? Some people have been burned. You let those friends and family move in, and they never move out. And when people live with you, they get nailed. They're now tenants, right? You will have to go through the eviction process with them for a lot of states, if I'm not mistaken. So that is one thing you have to consider. Um, would you let friends and family? If it is my family, it depends on who in my family. For me personally, it would have to be immediate family. I'm talking mom, dad, and brother. Like, yeah, and maybe one or two cousins. And I do mean maybe just one or two. Anybody else? Mm-mm. Nah, I wouldn't even play those games. I'm not about to open up my home because the relationship isn't there. The relationship has to be there. The trust has to be there for me. Now, let's talk about the other side of that, right? Your romantic partner, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Would you let them move in with you? If your answer is yes, would you charge them rent? Would you make them split the living expenses? Would they have to give you a certain amount? Let's talk about it. Let me know in the comments. Personally, I'm not living with a man. No, not while we're dating. No, thank you. I need my space. You have yours. Thank you, please. And if something happens to where he does not have anywhere to go, like he's not able to sustain his living arrangements, he's gonna have to go depend on family. Um, because that lets me know, if you come live with me, there is a high probability that you're probably not going to move out, or you're not going to want to move out for multiple reasons, right? You got an in-house maid, in-house cook, right? Like, nah, no, no. Plus, I love living alone. I love living alone. You leave your house, it is exactly how you left it. Nobody's eating your leftovers. Nobody's leaving a plate in the sink after you just washed dishes. Your house, you clean. You light that after you finish cleaning. You light that candle. What? Laying across the bed in my robe. If I want to walk around naked, I could do that because it's my home. I live alone. Okay, I don't have to throw on a robe if I don't want to. It's beauty in living alone. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But let me know in the comments. Would you let somebody move in with you? Let's talk about it. Next topic: consuming to fill a void. So earlier this week, I was texting my bestie and I was telling her, I was like, I have the strongest urge to shop. Like, I want to shop. She tells me all the time, your house is going to burst open. But man, I love a new bag. I love some new shoes. Hey, you're speaking to my soul. But I don't need no new shoes. I don't need no new purses. And so I told her, I said, I believe that I'm shopping because I am wanting to, like, fill some type of void, or, I need a dopamine hit because life is just so crazy right now, right? On multiple ends. I'm like, I need something to, like, give me that rush, something to be happy about. And she told me, she said, it's really you needing to go out and to do something. You need to experience a feeling that you've never experienced before. This is your body telling you that you need change. You want change. And she's not lying. I want change. I am ready to move to a whole new city. I do want change. She is absolutely right. I'm like, man, I did not look at it that way. She was. It's this whole trend on social media right now. TikTok. This called side quests. A guy. He made a video. And he's like, you guys need to do side quests. Implement side quests in your week. Like, don't just go to work and then go home. No, you need to do something. Like, make life worth living. And so my bestie, she went and she started her side quest, and she's been excited and she's been happy about it. And I'm like, man, I need to implement that because shopping is not going to do it. And even though I always shop within my budget, if I don't need any more purses, like, what's the point of buying the purses? So tell me, have you ever felt like you were consuming to fill a void? Like, have you ever really sat down to see, okay, I have 10 Coach bags. Why am I wanting a 12th one when I have not worn all of the 10 that I have? I have 15 MAC lipsticks. Why am I trying to get more colors? Why am I trying to get more lipsticks in different brands? Have you ever really sat and thought about it? Like, because a lot of times we will shop and spend money out of boredom, looking for those dopamine rushes, those hits. Like, have you ever really sat and thought about it? Like, man, why am I wanting this knowing I don't need it? If you really sit and think about it, I am pretty sure majority of the time you are just needing something to make you feel good. Tell me, have you ever sat and thought about it? Let's talk about it in the comments. Let me know. Let me know. All right, last topic. Mm. A wise philosopher once said, it ain't tricking if you got it. That's what he said now. And a lot of my brothers and sisters live by these principles. A lot of them do. So, my question to you is, at what point in the relationship is it okay to splurge on your significant other? At what point is it okay to, hey, you want the new PS5? I'm getting you the new PS5. Or, hey, you want that new Louis Vuitton bag? I'm going to get you that new Louis Vuitton bag. At what point in the relationship does that happen? Does it happen before the relationship? Or do you have to be in a relationship to do that? And does it start first for one person before it starts for the other? Like, are men expected to do that before women are expected to? Let me know. I am curious to know your thoughts. I think how it goes in tradition, the man starts us off, right? He starts us off. He wants to impress the woman. I'm just talking about past times, right? Not my experience, but the man wants to impress the woman, So he goes and takes her shopping, gives her some money for her hair and nails, fills up her tank, tell her whatever she needs he got. And then, after the woman they're in a relationship, it's solidified. That's her man, my man, my man, my man. Then she goes in and she spoils her guy, right? She's picking up the new Jordans that just dropped, right? Now, leasing cars and stuff, that's what the celebrities do. I think that's a little bit above our pay grade, but yeah, she goes in and she spoils her man. That is how things have been done back in the day. But how are we doing it now? Let me know. I have questions. I need answers. Can you please tell me? What was it like in your relationship? Who splurged first? Who splurges the most? Let me know. I am very curious to know. All right. Now, time for the finance column. We keeping it real simple, short, and sweet today. Compare those prices. Compare the prices. Before you go and you just buy, make sure you are getting the best bang for your buck. And I'll give you a prime example, right? One thing I have noticed is a lot of times it could be cheaper to get certain drugs that with a prescription than it would be over the counter. For an example, Zyrtec, right? I get a prescription for Zyrtec from my doctor. I think it costs less than $10 for like a 30-day supply. Less than $10. And I think the over counter one may be like $15, and I don't think it lasts for 30, 60 days, right? So in overall, I'm getting the better deal by asking my doctor to, hey, write me the prescription for it. Give me the prescriptions I take versus having me to go to CVS and pay $15, $20 for some over the counter medicine. So that is just one tidbit. Like y'all compare prices. I was looking at new MacBooks the other day. I'm trying to see who has the best deal. I'm comparing Best Buy with Amazon. I'm looking at what type of deals the Apple Store is running. Like who's going to give me the best bang for my buck? Compare those prices. Don't just go with the first thing that you see. Um, that goes for like your phone plans too, right? Who has the best deal? Who's giving me the best bang for my buck with my phone plan? My electricity bill. If you live in one of those states where there are multiple energy providers, compare those rates. How many cent per kilowatt? Who has the lowest? It's, please do it with insurance. Please, with your car insurance, your home insurance, please compare those rates. Don't just take what is given to you. It will work out better for you in the long run. So that is the tip for the week. All right, now it's time for the hard truth hotline. Hey Teigen, got some family drama I wanted your opinion on. My dad was absent most of my childhood. He lived on opposite sides of the state, but he was definitely driving distance from me. Okay. He rarely called for birthdays, but he started coming around more in high school. And we've developed that bond I was always missing as I transitioned into an adult. Okay, okay. Here's the main problem. All right, let's get into it. All of this time, my mom had him on child support that he never paid. Hmm. He and I begged my mom to take him off child support while I was growing up so he could come around more, but she never did. Even as an adult, the debt is still on him. Now he is being threatened with wage garnishment. Am I wrong for being pissed off at my mom for doing this to him? I feel like I missed out on him growing up, and I know he is not able to financially take care of himself as is. And the ultimate question is, am I wrong for being pissed off at my mom for doing this to him? I would like to be very loud and very clear. Yes. Yes, you are wrong. You are looking at this one sided. Your father was a grown man when he impregnated your mother. Two consenting adults. We know what it takes to create a child, and even if you don't have kids, you have an idea of what it takes to care for one. We know that it takes money, bare minimum. You got to have some type of money. Your mother did it all by herself. And even if your father's intentions were good, she did it by herself. That is not fair to your mom. This was supposed to be a 50-50 thing. If he didn't have the money, he should have went and found it. You mean to tell me in 18 years of your life he couldn't get stable enough to help your mom out at all? There was no growth at all? I'm not buying that. And I don't care if he had more kids. You could have gave something. And if you could have not given as much as you wanted to, you could have shown up more. Maybe he could have babysitted so that she didn't have to, pay for a sitter or a daycare with you. He could have showed up in those ways. Where is his village? Help take the load off the mom. Yes, you are wrong. It is hard raising children, and it's absolutely hard raising them alone. Absolutely. He can't take care of himself right now. What that boy say? Whoop de doo. Whoop de doo. You can't be out here making babies and not taking care of them. Nobody wants to hear that. You should have thought he should have thought about that before he laid down and created you. It is you're wrong and it is unfair to your mom. She had to struggle to take care of you, and then for him to live within the same state, he could have made more moves than what he did. Yes, you should be considering your mom in this situation. I get that you're building that relationship with your dad. I get it. A lot of people are fatherless, and they long who are fatherless, they long for that relationship. I get it. But you cannot be mad at your mom. You should you cannot be mad at your mom. She did the best she could. She did the best she could with what she got. And it is time to pay the piper. If he cannot take care of himself, whoop de doo. Go get another job. Get some more money. He owes that to your mom. He owes that to you. Yes. Take a step back and put yourself in your mom's shoes. How would you feel if your child was mad at you for trying to hold your father accountable in the best way she could? Come on now. Come on, sis. I think you should sit down and have a conversation with your mom. But you super wrong. Fix it. All right. Now it is time for the hard truth of the week. This one is a little hard. It might hit you a little hard. But sometimes it's not God or the universe. It's your choices. Sometimes it's not God or the universe. It's your choices. Sometimes, let's talk about it. Sometimes you are in the situation or the predicament that you are in because of your poor choices, or your good choices, whatever it may be. But we cannot always blame it on God or the universe. We can't. Sometimes we have to take accountability. I am here because I did A, B, C, D. I didn't get this opportunity because I did A, B, C, D. It is not always God in the universe, y'all, that wanted you right here. You wanted you right here when you decided to make those choices that you made. And I know it may be hard to hear, but it's the truth. Sometimes it is you. Sometimes you are what's holding you back. It's not the devil. Sometimes it's you. That is where accountability comes in. That is where accountability comes in. But I'm not going to hit you over the head too much. I'm just saying, I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. But hey, give that some thought. Give it some thought. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in with me this week. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be here with me, and I don't take that for granted. Please do me a favor, like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Trying to build the community, guys. Trying to get this podcast out there. Please, anybody that you feel may enjoy the content, share it with them. Tell them about Teigen. Tell them about our wonderful podcast, okay? Please. Thank you. But thank you again so much for watching. I appreciate you so, so, so much. So, it is time for us to do what we do best. Cheers. Here's to softer living and truths that set you free.